You guys were able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay then. So in the yesterday's class, we learned the two steps. First two steps, that is one is the registering the driver, and second one is the getting connection. So in the registering driver, it is nothing but you are trying to load a class that is called Oracle driver. You are trying to load a class called Oracle driver into your class loader subsystem. That's what you're doing, right? Once you load this Oracle driver into your class loader subsystem, it's going to have some static block. That static block will get executed, and it's going to create some objects which will be helpful for the next step, that is getting the connection. At the time of getting connection, it is going to use those some processing kind of objects. Okay. So in the connection object here, by using driver manager.get connection, we are going to get the connection object. For this, yes, I'm recording. Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. First we need to provide the URL, username, and password, so that we can get a connection object from the database. Once we were ready with the connection object, then we will start dealing with the database. Before that, just I want to discuss a small thing here. See, in the first step, what actually we are doing, we are trying to load the Oracle driver into class loader subsystem. I think we hear somewhere this kind in the same. For example, if we want to load a class into a class loader subsystem, tell me, like are we discussed like this kind before?
By using static.
Yeah.
Static is okay, but I think class dot for name, if you remember.
Oh, right, yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yes.
So in the first step, what exactly they were doing? They were trying to load this Oracle driver into class loader subsystem. That's what actually their intention is. Okay. So if we come to know exactly the picture, right, like why were they using the driver manager as register driver? Yes, I'm having some alternatives too. Let me try with them. Will it work or not? Let's see. Class dot for name, and I have to take the class with package only. It is not an object creation. Okay, remember, it is going to throw some exception. I think yes, class not found. Yes, no. So I think this line is not required. Driver manager address driver. Let us comment this line. It's no more required. So we were done. I mean, we are doing the first step by using class dot for name. So class dot for name, the main purpose is like whatever the class that you provided here as a parameter with the package, then it is going to take that particular dot class file, and it is going to load that particular dot class file into a class loader subsystem. Okay. Anyway, if a class is loaded to a class loader subsystem, by default class loader subsystem is going to look for static blocks, and it will execute by default. Okay. We'll try to execute this program and see whether we're able to get a connection object or not. Yes, I managed to get a connection object from the database, so it is working as expected. Right. So in an interview, if anybody asks you, like, do you have any other ways to register the driver, so you can able to give the two answers. One is like in this way, first way, driver manager register driver by default, that API has provided. Another way is like a class dot for name. There we need to provide the class details with the package. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Great. Next. So today we'll start working with a statement object that is called the step 3, right? First one is the registering driver, second one is getting the connection object, third one is getting the creating the statement object. So how to create a statement object here? Actually, to speak, this is kind of an hierarchy. First, I'm going to load the class into a class load subsystem. Okay, so this second step is relying on the first step. If I didn't execute the first step, second step may not work. right? It is going to throw some kind of different kinds of errors, like I'm unable to find this, I'm unable to find that, like that. So every step is depending upon the previous step. The same way, whenever you got the connection object, let us go and see the connection API. What is this? As I said, connection is a interface. So make a practice as like this. Whenever you are dealing with any class, for example, right now, for example, whatever, driver manager or connection, whenever you are dealing with any class or interface, my suggestion is like just go and try to search for its API document, how it functions. Like they're going to describe about particular class or interface clearly here in the APIs. Okay, here some constructors are there, along with that some constants and some methods are there. Let me try to search for, is there any method to create a statement object? Yes, there is a
Yeah.
create statement. So written type of the create statement is statement object, right? So let me try to statement stmt is equal to con dot create statement. So whenever I call con.create statement, this is going to return a statement object. That's the reason in the left side, if you're able to see, I'm trying to create the statement with the stmt as a reference. So this is going to catch this statement object, right? This is the object creation. I mean, this is the object. It is going to return the object of a statement, and here I'm going trying to catch this by using the reference. It's just like in the a statement object will get created in a heap area whenever I execute this particular statement, count.create statement, in the heap area object will be get created statement object, and whenever I kept as like this is equal to stmt, then stmt is going to refer that particular address location in the heap area. Got my point?
Yeah.
Yes, great. Statement object creation. And next, fourth step is executing the query. Right, in the stmt object there were some methods are there to execute. Okay, execute batch, execute query, execute update. Let us try to use starting with execute query. Okay, in the statement object, if you have any doubts, please take this interface. Okay, go to the Google and try to search for this. I mean, if you don't know what are the methods are present, by default, actually to speak, Eclipse will suggest you. I mean, still, if you want to know a little bit more, then my suggestion is like go to here and try to search for this API document and see what are the methods, constructors, and constants are present. And here you can able to find the each methods and their full description. For example, execute query. Right? If you click on this link, it will take you to the down where exactly it's having the full description. See here, execute query, and here we're going to pass the SQL as a string, and it is a checked exception. That's why they are using throws SQL exception. Okay, you should compulsorily write the try catch block with SQL exception, otherwise it won't get compiled. Okay, and then result set is the return type. See, I'm actually been catching try catch with SQL exception, so there will be no issue for us. And let me try to write some simple query here. We'll first try to create a table. Okay, create table name emp number of type number, but I will use like this e number and e name, and varchar2 of size somewhere around 20. This query is just like a normal SQL query. Okay, if you guys were aware with any database, if you know how to create the statements, nothing but if you know the structure of the creating the table or inserting the table or deleting the table, just follow, just copy paste it here if you know. Okay, as I'm using the Oracle database, that's why I'm using the statement of type Oracle Oracle query, create table, table name, and then its data types and columns description. Okay, the final one is, let me comment here, it's like execute the query. And final is one is close the connection object. For that, con dot close. Yes, now we were like done with the 5 steps. First one is registering the driver. Second one is getting the connection object by using driver manager.get connection. Okay, and third one is try to get the statement object from the connection object. So for that, what I'm doing, trying to write con dot create statement, so that I got the statement object. Now in the statement object, there were some methods like execute query, execute update, or execute batch, like that. Okay, whichever it is required, depending upon which type of work that you are going to do, choose the particular function accordingly. As I'm trying to execute one normal query, right? So that's why I'm using the method execute query. For this method, just you need to write the SQL query, but this SQL query is compatible for Oracle database. That's why I'm writing like that. If you're using MySQL, then write it according to MySQL. Okay, simple thing. Some things may vary. For example, in Oracle, we are going to use the data type for numbers as a number. Okay, for MySQL, we are going to use integer as a data type in database. Okay, those
Mhm.
small things may vary. If you know, just write the statement accordingly. Okay, now let me try to save this and execute this. Okay, from the Eclipse, if you want to execute any normal console program, okay, alt plus shift plus X. Okay, alt plus shift plus X, it will show you one pop-up here. Just try to select Java, run Java application, click on enter. Yes, my program is executed. If here it is red symbol is showing, the program is still executing. Okay, if it is got disabled, means my program got executed already, means terminated. Here it is showing here, see here, terminated, means my program execution is done. So now how to cross verify this? What you need to do first, go to the run SQL command line, connect to the user. Our user is Durga, password 123456. Yes, I have connected now. Let me clear this and try to see. Yes, my table is there. If you want to know more description about this EMP, yes, I can able to see. There is a table called EMP got created just now with the 2 columns. One is E number and its data type is number, E name and its type is varchar2, and size is 20 letters. Okay, got an idea at least little bit, like how it is working and all.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys install the Oracle database in your systems, and then try to
Yeah.
started making interaction from your clips. At least I mean added the jar file to the build path, so that you won't get any compile time errors, like unable to resolve this class name or like that. If not, please try it today. Okay, from today we started once from simple programs, right? Okay, I will do one thing after my program completion is done. Just I will send these programs also to you guys. Please don't, I mean, just look at once, and if you are like very good at, just try you in your own way. Okay, don't copy paste this. That's what my suggestion is. You have to get the exceptions, then you need to make it to know, like how to resolve these exceptions and all. Okay,
Okay.
Yep. So our first thing is done. I mean, I have created the table now. Let me try to execute, I mean, try to insert some records into this table. I'm going to use execute query, insert into emp values, first record 1 comma name. Just let me use as like this better way, 1 a. Okay, actually it is having the two columns, right? So first column is of number type, that's why I'm giving number, emp number as, and second column is of type name, that's why I'm giving as a. Okay, let me try to save this and execute this program. Alt plus shift plus X, you're going to get one pop-up here. Select run Java application. Yeah, something is missing at here. We didn't close this properly. Yes, our program got executed and now it is terminated. Let me go inside it here and try to search the table with select a star from EMP. See, I can able to see the record got inserted by default 1 AAA. Next. So if you guys were like very good at, then I will give you an assignment for you guys for tomorrow. That is, please try to write the two programs. One first program is update the record in the table. For example, update the record like this, where emp is e number is equal to 1. Update the e name. Okay, that is one program. And write another program. Try to delete a record from the table. For example, if I want to delete this particular record 1a, this whole record I want to delete, try to write the program for that and execute it. Okay, I want this program for tomorrow, please. Any doubts on this one?
Nothing.
Vijay and Mohan?
Uh, yeah, Mani, I have one question.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please tell me. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Vijay, I can able to hear you.
Oh, yeah. Uh, like normally all the implementation will be done by the software vendors, right?
Yes, for the API I'm saying. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So my question is like now, why it is like Sun Microsystems like can have the implementation and then just they can just get the username and password from the vendors and they can execute, right?
No, 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 no. See, here this is just kind of an interface between the Java and the database. Okay. Um, because
Okay.
they don't know which database that you're going to choose, right? So how will they give you the username and password? And second thing is like, in the online, for example, or you need to buy the database actually to speak. Okay, you need to buy the database and through the administrator, you need to create a separate user for you. Then only you get to know username and password for this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, because without knowing the database, which if they provide user and password, which database they connect. Correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's the reason some common parameters are there. For example, driver manager registered driver. Up to here, it is a common for all the database. Only the thing, very thing is like
Yeah.
here, whatever the driver that you are going to
Driver
use.
will.
I'm using the Oracle. That's why please change the name. In future, if you are trying to migrate to DB2 database, just try to change the class name at here. Instead of Oracle driver, put the DB2 driver. Okay. And then here, see in this URL pattern, did you find, is there any company name? I mean, database name?
Uh, yeah, we have Oracle.
Yes, exactly right. Here changed to DB2 and DB2 is having it different versions. Use that version number at here or name, whatever it is. Okay. They will give you at the time of buying, they're going to give which kind of a model it is and which kind of a database it is.
Yeah, even though
Just
the port number will vary for every database.
It depends upon everything is like configurable things. Okay, as an administrator, once you got installed this thing into a server, you can able to configure everything. It's everything is in your hand. You can change the service name, you can change the port number because of security things or whatever you feel like that. Okay, you can change everything
Yeah,
configurable
it's
things. Okay, and
yeah, it's clear now.
yep. These are the only two things will vary. And here, see, it is also most of the cases it will be common query will be, but in small instances it may vary. I can able to go in depth, but I don't know whether you guys can able to understand. SQL is a one organization is there. Okay, that organization is going to release the queries into the market. For example, they released 100 queries. Okay, for
Mm-hmm.
creation of a table, for insertion, deletion, like that, some different kinds of queries, like 100 queries will be released into a market. Just an example I'm saying. Okay, and
Okay.
queries should be like this. They will say, I mean, some person should be there in the top and he has to approve everything accordingly, then only people should follow. That's how the right now the how the current market actually been going, because without a what you can say superior, people will go in different way. That's why uh, SQL is the company for the databases. I'm saying SQL is the company, I mean organization. They are going to create the, I mean they are going to give you the syntax of the tables. Okay, uh,
Mm-hmm.
creating like this, inserting like this, deleting like this, they are going to tell you. And the implementers of the database will be there, right? Who? Oracle or DB2 or MySQL or MySQL server point database. These guys were
Yeah.
compulsorily should follow this query structure, whatever the query structure they have given, right? For example, if I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to insert something, they'll say like insert into table name space values, and you need to provide the values there. This is what mine, that's what they will. And these guys, Oracle as well as DB2, should compulsorily follow this syntax. I mean, syntax should be
Okay.
common in most of 90% syntax should be there. What they will tell you, I will give you, if I given you 100 statements, you should compulsorily follow the syntax my 100 statements. Okay, and other than that 100, if you want to write your own different queries, it's okay for me. I don't have any problem. That's what SQL says. SQL is a different organization.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones. For example, here Sun Microsystem is the one, right, who is releasing the APIs. In the
Yep.
same way, there also SQL is the organization is there. They are going to release these queries. Okay, I mean query syntaxes. They don't implement actually to speak. They will give you the syntaxes. That's it. These guys has to provide the implementation by using their own algorithms.
Like interfaces, and they'll
Yeah,
implement.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, okay. I will move to the next topic here. Actually, to speak here, what I'm doing, let me try to insert some more records.
Hello,
Let me.
Mani.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Lakshmi. I have a question. Like,
Mhm.
you are not writing. Um, we need to write the finally block, right, to close the connection. Like, if some
Yeah, yeah,
exception happens.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I understood. We need to write, but see, I'm trying to write everything in a uh, main program. So in general, it won't allow you. Actually, to speak, you need to write everything in the outside normal program, and there we need to. When we are discussing about the servlets, that time we are going to trying to interact with the database. Okay, there I need to write the whole complete program. Okay, understand my
Okay.
point? Okay, let me try to write. You are going to see one error message. See, con cannot be resolved because it was unable to figure out the con. Why like so? The scope of this con is inside the try block only. Once you come out of this try block, it was unable to figure out what is a con. I mean connection object. So for that, what you need to do, I don't want to make this complex. That's why I didn't discuss it. Okay. I can able to make it, but I don't want to. Let me, okay. I don't have any problem. Again, it is asking for an exception. Again, you need to write try block, catch. When you guys see this program, it is like very complex for you guys. Why sir they created the connection object outside? What is this? And why I'm putting try catch block at here? Like it looks like a little bit more complex than the simple one. Okay. That's
No,
why.
actually, here I have like an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If we are taking advanced Java, I
Okay.
am assuming that we all have somehow a basic knowledge of core Java.
Okay.
So you shouldn't be afraid to do whatever you want. At least if you just say it, then we can ask you or we can search ourselves.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
But I will go by step only. Okay. Just
Yeah,
I
even I
show
like the step by step.
first simple programs, little bit make it more complex and then more like that. That's a better thing. That's what my, because some people may grasp the things very fastly, some people may not.
Okay.
Okay, let me try to execute this program. Yes, it got inserted. Okay, already got executed. I think so. Duplicated. It's okay, no problem for me. Okay, so these are the insert statements, right? Let me go to the next topic. Actually, to speak here, we should not use the execute query. As a first step, just I mean, as an introduction, just I started using the execute query. But to be frank, we should not use the execute query. Instead, we have to use execute update. Okay, there are actually two kinds of statements will be available: selected statements and non-selected statements. Okay, selected statement nothing but select star from whatever emp or whatever it is. Non-selected statements insert, update, delete. These comes under non-selected statements. Whenever you are using non-selected statements, you should compulsorily use execute update. Oh, isn't it? Yep. Let me try to adjust something. Maybe. Yeah. How is it now? Still, it's breaking.
It's okay now.
It's okay now, right? Yep. Thank you.
No, now
Sorry.
it's okay now for
Oh,
me. I don't
okay.
know the
Okay.
others.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about like?
it's okay for me too.
Yep. Okay. See, here we should for non-selected statements we should compulsorily use execute update instead of execute query. For the selected statements we should use compulsorily execute query. What is the main difference actually to speak? Okay, let us do one operation at here. I will do one thing. I will take the statement interface and let me go and see this execute update how it functions. Okay, Yes, this is the execute update method in API. Let me try to see the description here. Yes, I can able to pass the query for this execute update. And what is the return type? It is return type is an int. What is this int? What's the importance of this int? Is number of records got inserted successfully. For example, if I given as like this, okay, if this particular statement got inserted successfully, then it is going to return 1. If something was happened when it is interacting with the database, either network problem or whatever it is, while executing this particular statement, it got rolled back. Okay, but still you didn't get any exception in online. I mean here in the Java, but in the database side you got some kind of an exception and some network problem came or delay or something whatever happened, then it wasn't inserted. If that is the case, it is going to return the 0. What is the actual importance of this? If I is equal to 1, commit, else roll back. I mean, I'm trying to make my code a little bit more controllable. Okay, so that is the main importance of this. For example, why I need to catch this I actually to speak, this statement is going to return the integer type. Okay, this statement is going to, whenever you execute this particular statement, is going to return the integer, means nothing but how many records got inserted, like that. Okay, in general we are executing only one record, right? That's the reason it is going to return either 1 or 0, 1 or 0. Okay, if it is a 1, I is equal to 1, nothing but record got inserted. So whenever I execute con.commit, then it will get committed. It means permanently it will get stored in the database. So what is the difference between before committing and see, when you execute this particular statement, what happens is like this statement will get executed, but it will be there in the Oracle database buffer. Database is maintaining some buffer. Okay, it will be there in the buffer. It is not permanently got stored. Whenever you're going to execute commit like this, then it will be get inserted into a database. Okay, this is the main difference.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, see, to be frank, we should not give all the things directly to the computer system or whatever system. We should not give everything. Should be controllable. That's the way that we need to write the code. Okay, for example, if something got happened, how you are going to fix this? Okay, this is the purpose of the execute update. In the same way, for the tomorrow's assignment, please try to write the queries like update statement and delete statement for this, for the execute update. Okay.
So Mani,
Yep.
if I don't commit like connection, so it won't be executed.
Actually, this is the main
So
difference
even
with,
though
yeah. This is the main difference with the JDBC and Hibernate. Actually, it's very popular interview question. Um, set auto commit is there. There is a one function. Okay, auto commit is true or false in JDBC. That's their first question. If you say yes, then what is there in the Hibernate? Like that. Okay. So here auto commit is by default true. Okay, you don't need even think about this con.commit and all these things. Actually, to speak,
okay.
by default commit is true here. When you execute this particular statement, it is going to commit the code also. That's how they've written the JDBC API. Okay, but
So no
if
need
you
to
want
that, right?
to, yes, you don't want to commit anything, but if you want to make it control yourself, then what you need to do here, after the connection, con dot set auto commit false. Okay, you need to put this boolean parameter as a false. Set auto commit is false, means don't auto commit it. Let me commit myself. If I feel okay, then I will commit, otherwise I don't. Okay, Now auto commit is false, right? So now this you can able to return here int I is equal to something as like this, and then code for handling this. I double is equal to 1, then con dot commit.
But by default, it's true.
Yes.
Okay.
So is it same as execute query also? Execute query also we will not commit, right?
Yes. No. It will commit
It's
automatically by
execute
default.
method.
See, by default, true means it's all over the JDBC. All the methods will take auto commit. That's it. It's not for execute update or execute query like that.
No, in this case we are setting auto commit false. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I do like statement dot execute query,
Okay.
so I need to manually commit that connection, right?
Yes. If you set the false, then you should
Okay.
manually commit. Otherwise, it won't get committed.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, got
Okay.
it.
Okay. Try to do one thing. Try to today, while writing the program, try to do one thing. Okay. Uh, put put auto commit as a false. Okay. Take the commit into your control
Mm-hmm.
so that okay, and then
Okay.
execute this query. Statement dot execute update. Whatever the query, for
Mm-hmm.
example, you're trying to insert, right? Insert it, and go here and try to search for the table whether your record got inserted or not. Yes, it will be get shown you, I mean inserted like that. Try to exit from this command line. Okay, I mean, so that that
Mm-hmm.
buffer will be get closed. Again log in back to the run SQL command line. No, new buffer will be get created. Now try to search for this table. Okay, you may not find that record. Means
Like catch it.
yes, cache was there before. That's why you were able to see. But as because you didn't commit it right, it won't be get affected into the space.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Like we did like a command prompt setting the arguments.
Yeah. Yes.
And the same goes for the execute query.
Yes. For all the functions, Yari. Not only for execute update, it will be for all. Whatever the execute function that you're going to execute here, execute batch or execute query, execute update, whatever it is, it will affect for all. Actually, to speak, we are setting the auto commit at connection level, not at statement level, right? So if you are setting at connection level means it will be affecting for all. Okay, now let's go to the next program.
What is rollback?
Rollback is nothing but if you set auto commit. Okay, if you set if you set commit, then it will be committed into the permanent space in the database table. Okay, if you set con.rollback, then it will be
Right.
get
Yeah.
removed from. Yes, it won't be get inserted. That statement will be get rolled back. Now let
Oh,
us.
whatever we committed, it will be rolled back.
Yes. For example, if you feel like I want to roll back it from as because it got committed in the buffer level itself, I know that, but still I want to roll back it. That's why. Once you are committed, nothing will be there in your
Okay.
hand. That's why I'm saying, okay, once you committed, nothing will be there in your hand. Before committing, you can roll back it.
Rollback
Okay.
means you are removing from a
From the
buffer too.
buffer, not from the permanent space, from the buffer only. It will be there in the
Okay.
buffer only,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Take a decision whether you want to commit. Commit means it will be permanently get stored into a database. Okay. If you roll back means remove from the buffer itself.
Yeah. Right. Got it. Yeah.
Yep. Great. So let us see the next program, that is use the select query. Okay, stmt dot execute as select query is of type select, right? Then which method I need to use, execute query or execute update?
Execute query.
Exactly. Yes. Start from emp. Yes, it got executed. Then what is the use for me? Select query got executed. Where is the data? I'm not able to see, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I need. Insert things, update things, delete things are a different one, because you know that you need to cross verify in a database. That's what. But select query is not like that. You are trying to pick up the data from the database to Java. It's a reverse
Correct.
kind,
Yeah.
right? Yes. Then I want to see it. For that, let us try to see what is the execute query here. Yes, there is an execute query. Here we are going to pass the select star from MP or whatever it is, select statement, and its return type is C. What is this? Result set is result set. Okay, it is of type interface. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me try to catch this. Means whenever you executed this particular line, it is going to return a object of data. Which object is going to return? Result set object. This result set interest object is going to have all your data. Okay, let me try to catch that particular object first. If you want to import automatically, control plus shift plus O. Okay, it will be imported. Result set got imported automatically. If you go and see here, yep, this line. Okay, if you want to make it auto import in Eclipse, control plus shift plus O. Use that class name. Once your class name is done, then just use this step. Now we were ready with result set object. Then how to see the data, where it is? See, let me show you something. Okay, try to see this. Yep. See, whenever you got the object, it will be like this. Meaning, so consider this is the table which is having the three records. Okay, one, two, three. Three records are there in a table. Okay, whenever you got the result set object, your pointer is somewhere outside of this table. I mean just before this table in the vicinity. Okay, just before this table, this pointer is somewhere at here. I want to move this pointer from here to here. Let us do one thing first. Let me try to print rs dot next. Let me try to execute this. Yes, okay, this is the first value. Okay, rs dot next. Okay, I got it as a true, meaning by default pointer is there at here. Okay, Whenever I executed rs.next, my pointer will move from there to here. Okay, then it is going to search for the record at this location. Yes, we have a record. Then it is going to return true. That's why we are getting as a true. Okay, for this rs.next. Let me try to execute this once again. Just let me do some operation here because it will take some long time. Uh, just I don't want to make a confusion. That's why I'm writing all these things. Yes, there are two, three. Shit, I updated this one now. I make it as a two. Okay. Yeah, three records are there. One, two, three. Okay, one AA, two BB, C, three, three CCC. Okay, now it will matching to this. See, let me try to execute this program. Yes, I got true twice. Let us see the diagram first. Actually, to speak, when I got the result set object, pointer was there at here. Okay, whenever I executed rs.next for the first time, that pointer will come to here and it is going to return as a true because record is there, right? Whenever I'm going to execute once again rs.next, pointer will come at here and will check for the record. Yes, record is there. Again, return true. Okay, now try to execute once again.
Then it should return false.
No, observe clearly. Yes, true once again because three records are there, right? We started
Yeah, you're
from
right.
this first rs.next, second rs.next, and third rs.next at here. Okay, now if you try to write once again for the fourth time, now you are correct. It will return false. See, fourth record. Do you have any fourth record in the table? No, right? That's the reason it is returning false. Means whenever you try to execute rs.next for the fourth time, that pointer is somewhere at here. Do you have any record at here? Nope. Right?
No.
Yes, that's the reason it is going to return false. So Instead of writing as like this, why don't we use while statement? That's, we're having the loops, right?
Yeah.
While rs dot next. Actually, this is expecting anyway boolean value, so I'm returning boolean value only. Rs dot next means it's a true or false. That's the boolean value returning. If it is a true, then it will come inside the loop. If it is a false, it will skip it, right? So for the first time when it executes, that will come. Let us try to print the records here. Observe clearly, please. E number is equal to plus rs dot get string. We need to give the column name e number. That's a column name, right? Next, to give some space at here, and e name is equal to plus rs dot get string of ename. And let me try to print this. Yes, I got three records: one AAA, two BBB, three CCC. Whatever the records are there, I'm getting perfectly from the database. Okay. We will discuss more about this rs.getString and many things are there to do here with the result set data. Okay, this is just an introduction point for this. Okay, any doubts till now?
Okay.
Vijay, Lakshmi, Yari.
What you explained is clear, but I just was expecting, like, because I have started this in MySQL, I was just expecting to see a table in the Oracle database. We are only working in the command line.
So, you, sorry, you are expecting the programs? I didn't get you.
No, are we going to create tables in the Oracle database?
Yeah, it's a simple, right? Yes, you are going to create it.
We are doing it in the command line, I know.
Yeah.
We are
The-
doing it in the command line, but are we going to do also does the Oracle database have an interface like in MySQL?
yes, we have SQL developer. Let me try to search for it. No, I don't have. There is an interface. Yes, SQL developer is there, just like, okay.
Okay, I just was
I will show you in
I
next
was
class.
thinking if it does have interface.
Okay. Got it. Your point. SQL developer is the one that's an Oracle tool only. You can download it and you can able to make it work from the SQL. It's like user friendly one. Don't worry. I will show
Okay.
you once. I will download that and I will show you how it works. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Sure. Okay then. Thank you guys. Bye bye. We'll see you on tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.